Welcome in, Timeshare Clarence. Apologies if this all over the place, but I decided I need to make like a public video because I make a lot of private videos and just listen to them myself. But I guess there are some things that in the past few weeks I've kind of tweaked in my routine, some things that have been working for me. So I felt like I should share. So first and foremost, because I don't remember what was the last public video where I actually kind of laid out what happened. So if this is anybody's first time watching, I just started this year with a goal to make getting healthy simple for myself. So very small changes. Started focusing on my water intake. I started doing a very simple routine, doing 40 push-ups every morning, and then jogging the first part of a 2.5 mile lap. I think initially I was only jogging around a quarter mile. So from January until May, I've gone from 40 push-ups to 50 push-ups. I can do 60, but like the point of this was making it easy. And I've had a lot of inconsistency with my routine due to travel and me just not being disciplined when I take off. Like when I take off, I check out. The only thing I may even attempt to do is stick to some type of intermittent fasting schedule, but typically I don't even do that. So there's a lot of regression in between, these months where if there was more consistency, then I would be a lot further than I am in my routine or developing my routine, because ultimately this is an experiment and I'm just tweaking things, trying to find what is the best morning routine for me to get in peak state, to approach the day to get the best outcome. So going from 40 to 50 push-ups, going from call it a quarter mile to actually a mile, and started doing just a little bit of extra stuff. So haven't really developed the consistency that I want to, but I started at least inconsistently doing this hyperbolic stretching routine. I've been consistent this week and I'll continue that today, or I hope to continue that today. We'll find out. So, and then doing some yoga for my neck, upper back, and shoulders, because those areas have been bothering me for years. What else? Oh, hamstring stretches, calf stretches. Just starting to do those. I started the hamstring stretches maybe about a week ago, starting the calf stretches today, but just really trying to prepare myself to be successful in this routine, because ultimately I want to work up to jogging a whole lap, and then not just jogging, but like sprinting maybe the last half mile, because I used to do something very similar when I was younger. So I'm trying to work back up to that. The push-ups, I think realistically, if this is something I'm gonna do, I'm probably gonna set my limit at 100 push-ups. As far as a set, I may do multiple sets throughout the day, but it just get boring doing that many push-ups. And I know that's a mental thing, but I felt like if I'm knocking out sets of 100, like I'm straight either way. Because this is a longevity thing more so than like trying to be a certain thing. Like it'll be what it is. Like the result will just be whatever comes at the work. Like the work is what I'm mostly concerned about, developing a routine for me to be healthy into my old age. So I have a goal to live to 119, and I don't think a lot of people take that serious. And looking at where I'm at in life, most people don't think it's realistic, but we'll see. But I do feel like it's realistic because I'm 41 years old. So I've had like some good habits. I've had some bad habits, but like now I have, call it 30 years of research, because I don't really think I remember much before I was 10. Um, but I do remember when I was young and I was in shape and I was, you know, finishing top 3 at everything and at our field day at school and stuff like that. And then once I gained a lot of weight and ended up on the other end of the spectrum. So it's a choice. So I would choose to be on the damn, I can't believe he actually capable of that end of the spectrum, than being out of breath walking up the stairs. Like, cause I've gotten both responses, even being out of shape. Like, I've done things that people are just kind of in awe of, like how high I could jump and stuff like that. But I mean, at this point, all that's gone. So that's one part of it. And then my mental health, really prioritizing recording, even if I don't share with the world, for myself, to keep myself on track. So with all of that being said, because I don't want to be too long, I'm just trying to keep the main thing the main thing. When I started this, it was make it easy on yourself. So I want to reiterate that, like, consistency is the key. So like, do something every day, like set at least a baseline that is very easy to do, so you don't have an excuse not to do it. Like, no matter what, my 2 things are the push-ups and the lap, because again, 50 push-ups, that's less than a minute. Like, I can't see justifying not doing that. And then even with the lap, it's only 2.5 miles. And if I'm walking the majority of it, because that's the minimum. Now I try to do more than the minimum. So, but the standard that I hold myself to is at least do more than I started doing. So like, I can't really see a circumstance at this point with me knowing that I'm capable of running a mile, because I've done it, a half dozen times, I guess, or somewhere around that. And prior to doing the mile, like almost a mile, a dozen times. So it's like, I know I can do these longer distances, but I also know where I started. So if I got the progress that I got with the minimal standard, then I always have to meet that, but I should try to exceed it. And however far I go past like those limits, like cool, but only judge my success off of if I'm meeting what I set as a minimum requirement. So if you set realistic requirements, then you essentially ensure your success, or you at least accept that your success is a choice. Like, you can't convince yourself that it wasn't possible when you set very easy goals. So then you have to say, man, I just chose not to do it. So that's a mental thing more than a physical thing. And then if that's the case, you have to like take note of that, because if you're not in the right place mentally, what's off? What can you do to get back on track? So yeah, today and this month, I feel like I'm gonna get the best results I've gotten this year. Up until this point, the best results that I've gotten was January. And the main thing is January was the consistency. And every other month, I haven't been consistent. So getting back to the consistency, but also with higher standards, then I would feel naturally that should yield better results. So what have I learned? In January, I was doing 12-hour fast. I'm more than capable of doing a 16-hour fast at this point. So obviously that's more impactful to do a 16-hour fast today than a 12. I've definitely gotten to the point where I pay attention to my hydration levels. I wasn't stretching in January. I'm stretching more consistently now. I'm doing yoga more consistently now. I'm doing all these extra things. I'm doing squats, I'm doing dips. So my routine has developed over the past few months, and I've learned some things that will help me, you know, what do you call it? Make the routine more efficient. So the more and more efficient I become, then the more I can accomplish in the same amount of time. So I'm not stressing off it because, again, 119, that's a long time. But what's been proven time and time again, it really doesn't take that long to get results. It typically takes a long time to build up to the point where you're willing to commit. And like, it is a lifestyle change, but they don't have to be, you know, all of these grandiose things. Like, it could be something simple. It could be something as simple as stop drinking Kool-Aid. You know, it could be something as simple as I'm gonna do a 15-minute walk every day. Like, all of that stuff matters, but do something. So right now I am being mindful of, even though I'm trying to develop this routine to ultimately be a lot more than what it is, like, don't set myself up for failure. Like, be realistic about what I can do, and then the standards I should set to make sure that I get them. And you can redefine success every day. You know, sometimes you only got 40%, but if you get at 40%, that's 100% for that day. Like, you're not always gonna be in the best mood. You're not always gonna feel the best physically, because on a day-to-day basis, we do different things and get different outcomes. But like, if you're committed to ultimately being healthy, and I mean, obviously that's what I'm talking about, but this really could be in any sense. Like, if you're committed to learning Spanish, like, then you should be doing some Spanish every day. If you're committed to learning how to cook, you should be doing something every day. And over time, you'll get there. So with that being said, for anybody who tuned in, I truly appreciate it, because I do this for me, and I keep a lot of that to myself. But when I do decide to share for the people that are interested, I really do appreciate the concern, the support, all of that. So until next time, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Timeshare Clarence. Peace.